السلام عليكم. أهلا بكم في الكورس الثاني للمبتدئين. Hello everybody and welcome to the second course for beginners. Before moving on with this course, you first need to take the quiz and make sure you get over 60. If you don't get over 60, then I advise you to go back and review all the information, because this course is going to be building on what you've learned in the first. So I won't be wasting time to explain the old topics. So make sure you get above 60. Right now, we are going to go over the answers of the quiz. Okay, so pause now, go take the quiz if you haven't already, open the quiz file and take it, and then come back if you haven't done this already. If you have and you have your answers, then you can keep watching this video. So this is the quiz that you will find. And here you can see there are no answers, words and just sentences that you need to translate and so on. So let's look right away at the answers and see. So here it says, make sure you try to take the quiz first before looking at the answers. So the words here are from the words and the stories that we've taken before, or we've learned before. So here it says khatibi, my fiance, zarif, funny or cute. Yeah, mahfaza, it means wallet, right there. And fishar is popcorn, dafi, warm, mumassil, actor, gumhur, audience, maharat, skills, samak, fish. And then we have akhtar, select or choose, haraka, a move or movement, Gaiza, prize, qarrar, decide, musabqa, competition. As you can see, words from the list or from the story: audio, salt, burg, tower, atfarrag, to watch. And we have min is from, minin, from where, andi, I have, shul, work, kam, how much, rafad, refused, khamis, Thursday, za'lan is sad. So out of those words, you count how many you got right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 17. And then 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have a total of 25 words. That means 1 point each. And calculate your own score. And then go to the next part, which is also out of 25. You can see here we have 5 sentences. So every sentence is going to be out of 5 points. So let's see. أنا بحب آكل فشار كل أسبوع. I gave you this sentence and you were supposed to tell me the meaning. Okay, and I also wrote it in Arabic. أنا بحب آكل فشار كل أسبوع. This is a very straightforward sentence. I like to eat popcorn every week. So there's no other translation. If you wrote anything other than that, then there's a mistake. If you wrote this exactly, then you get the 5 points. So what do we have here? We have the 2 verbs, right? Like we learned before. So أنا بحب with a B, and then the second one is آكل. If you wrote باكل, for example, that's a mistake. That should take away a point. Okay, good. So أنا رحت مطعم مع أصحابي امبارح. What does that mean? It means I went to a restaurant with my friend yesterday. أصحابي, it should be friends. That's a typing mistake. So here there should be an S. Should be an S right here. And you will find this fixed in the final file. Okay, so this should be friends, not friend. Okay, and there is no other translation. So if you didn't say a restaurant and you said the restaurant, that's a mistake. And friends, plural, ashabi, امبارح is yesterday. Good. Let's see the next sentence. بكرة أنا هقول لصاحبي أنت لازم تكون هادي. And that means tomorrow I will tell my friend, you must be calm. بكرة أنا هقول, that's the future now. لصاحبي, I will say to my friend. Okay, أنت لازم تكون هادي, you must be calm. Good. Now number 4. بعد ما الحرامي خبط صاحبي هرب على الطريق السريع. What does that mean? After the thief hit my friend, we mean hit with a car, yeah, like in the story. He escaped on the highway. He escaped on the highway. Good. Remember why we have ما here? بعد ما, because we have a verb, خبط, right? So when we say بعد and then verb, we need ما in the middle. Okay, and you have the Arabic here, of course. And then number 5, أنت لازم تخرج بسرعة قبل الساعة 9. And that means you must go out quickly before 9 o'clock. Okay, so correct your own sentences and count them out of 25. Good. So from the first 2 questions, that should be a total of 50, 25 and 25, right? We have 25 here and 25 in the first question. That's a total of 50. And you need 60 to be able to take the second course. Now, this has changed the gender. So we have some words here, and I want you to tell me the opposite gender. So we have the word ممثل, that's the masculine, ممثل. So female would be ممثلة. We have ساكت, which means quiet, and this is masculine, right? So for female, سكتة. And then حرامي, thief, masculine, حرامية, female. And then مدرسة, I gave you the female teacher. You should tell me مدرس. And then I gave you متحرك, which is movable. If you remember, كرسي متحرك, and female متحركة. So that's 5. Each is 3 points. So that's 15. And let's go to the next one, 35 points. Okay, so here I gave you a paragraph and you translate it to Egyptian Arabic. I gave you in English. A week ago, I decided to go out with my friend and go to an Egyptian restaurant. So let's see that first sentence. من أسبوع. A week ago, we say من أسبوع. So ago, we say من, if you remember. I decided to go out with my friend. أنا قررت, I decided, to go out, second verb, أخرج مع صاحبي. صاحبي, one friend. You can say صاحبتي also if you meant a female friend, that's fine. ونروح مطعم مصري, and go to an Egyptian restaurant. I think most of you might make this mistake. نروح, it should be we go, yeah, not I go. And it also should be the second verb. Why? Because we decided in the beginning to go out and to go to our Egyptian restaurant. So here it should be نروح without be. مطعم مصري. And then we ordered a lot of food and we ate all the food. So we ordered إحنا طلبنا. If you don't say إحنا, that's fine because we have context. And also na shows who did it. إحنا طلبنا أكل كتير, a lot of food. وإحنا كلنا, and we ate كل الأكل, all the food. And we ate all the food. Okay. If anything is missing, then you take a point, yeah? Because this is a very straightforward translation. Like there is no other way to say this, okay? طيب. بعد ما خلصنا الأكل. That means after we finished the food, just like in the story. بعد ما, we say ما because verb, خلصنا الأكل. After we finished the food, my friend started to feel that he is sick. So صاحبي بدأ. صاحبي بدأ. That means my friend, my male friend started. يحس, second verb. إنه, that he, عيان, sick. Now, if you made this for a female, you should say صاحبتي. One second. You should say صاحبتي بدأت for female تحس. And then إنها عيانة. Okay, so that's a male-female difference. If you wrote for friend male, then this one is correct. If you wrote for female, then this one is correct. Okay, so my friend started to feel sick. So, right? We started to look for medicine to take it. فإحنا بدأنا ندور على دواء. To take it, so he would take it, right? Not you. ياخده. So ياخده second verb. Yeah, خد for he. If it's a female, we would say تاخده for she. Okay, good. بعد ما خد الدواء, after he took the medicine, بعد ما خد الدواء, took is خد, بابا, his dad, found out that we went out and got very angry. So بابا عرف, found out, he knew, right? إن إحنا, that we خرجنا, we went out, وغضب جدا, and got very angry. Everything I'm saying here is old, nothing is new. It's all from the stories and the words, yeah? في الآخر, or النهاية. الآخر is the end, or النهاية is also the end. في الآخر, or في النهاية, صاحبي قرر ما يخرجش معايا تاني. At the end, my friend decided, قرر, decided, not to go out with me again. ما يخرجش. قرر يخرج, decided to go out. قرر ما يخرجش. We put the negative on the second verb. Usually we don't do that, but you can sometimes. It's fine. We don't. By that I mean the negative sandwich. معايا تاني. معايا with me, and تاني is again. Okay, so if there's something missing, you made a big mistake or something, correct yourself and give yourself a point. Here we have 35 points. Okay, and then that was it. So calculate the points and see. If you get above 60, then you should keep watching. If you didn't, then please go back and revise what you've learned in the first course. Okay, now we're moving on to the second beginner course, to the very first lesson. And we're gonna start with grammar, okay? So here we are talking about Arabic nouns, and to be specific, in Egyptian Arabic, okay? Why? Because in standard Arabic, there are more kinds, or like there are extra forms that we don't really use in Egyptian Arabic. So you're lucky because you don't have to learn all of the extra information. So here you can see I wrote some explanations that you could read yourself, like I'm saying that Arabic is a gender-based language and every single noun has a gender. Like for example, as I said before, if you're talking about the car, عربية, it's feminine. And if you're talking about the book, kitab, it's masculine. Okay, and the sentence will depend on that. If you're using like an adjective, it will change depending on the noun, of course. But here we have something that I want to teach you. It's human nouns. And what do I mean by human nouns? Like a teacher or a doctor. Those are nouns, but they're people. So they will have some extra forms and will be treated differently. So male nouns for items, we said kitab, book, or kursi, which is chair. They're both male. And female, we say madrasa, which is school, and arabiyya, which is car. But human nouns, why are human nouns different? Well, because with humans, you can have one male, one female, right? Yes, you can. You can have a group of males and a group of females, right? Yes. So that's why we say human nouns are different than other nouns. For example, a car is always going to be feminine. Okay, there's not going to be a masculine car and a feminine car because it's not alive, it's not a person. But a person, there can be man and woman. So in Arabic, we do make that difference. So let's look at the example here. We have a singular male teacher. We say مدرس. And there's a pattern for this, yeah? For female, we simply add تاء مربوطة and we say مدرسة. So what did I do here? We added تاء مربوطة at the end. If you're not familiar with reading, I advise you to start learning. But anyway, we say مدرس, that's teacher. And for female, we say مدرسة. We add the sound or the ta marbuta at the end. Good. Now that is singular male and female. You can see M and F. And what about the plural for male? What we do is we add ye noon to the masculine. We say in or en. Okay, so the word mudarris that we already said, we say mudarris. Again, the same, and then we add in like that. Mudarrisin. So that is the plural for male. Male, okay? What about female? We add a and then t, or we add alif and t. So mudarrisat. We added an extra a and then t. So this is the pattern. What is the pattern? We add in for masculine plurals and at for masculine, for female plurals. Good. Let's look at the second example. We have here is muhandis, that is engineer. For female, a female engineer, one. Muhandisa, same pattern. And then muhandisin, plural, male. And then muhandisat, plural, female. You might be wondering, what if we have a group of males and females together? In that case, we would use the masculine plural, okay? So women get their own word, and we use the masculine plural for men only, or men and women together. Okay, the third example is mughanni. Mughanni means singer, someone who sings, like Amr Diab, for example. For female, we say mughanniya, same pattern, and then mughanniyin for males, and mughanniyat for females. So I hope you get the pattern here. For singular female, we put ta marbuta. For plural males, we say in. For females, we say at. And remember, this is for human nouns, okay? People, not anything else. Good. So this was the grammar that I wanted you to learn about. This is all stuff that you can read. It's basically explaining what I just said. Okay, now let's get to the lesson itself. And today we are going to learn how to introduce ourselves again, but with more details. In the first course, we learned how to say, like, I am from this country, I am 20-something years old, I work as this and that. So it was a very basic introduction. But today we are going to learn a lot more, how to add more details and so on, like having a real conversation, really detailed. So the first thing here is to be born. If you want to say, I was born in this country, but I live in this country, you know, to add more details. So we say it walad, and that is the root that you can use, okay? It walad. So if you want to say, I was born, we say, in the past tense, of course, yeah, we add the T at the end, if you remember from the grammar. So, ana it walad, and then we put the T at the end. Ana it walat, it walat. And then you say fi, and then you name the country. I was born in. Ana اتولدت في مصر. I was born in Egypt. There. Okay, and the second word is to grow up. So we say akbar, akbar. So you want to say I grew up in a country. Also, we use the past tense. So we take away the alif and we put the T at the end. So we say ana كبرت في, let's say my story, I grew up in England. So أنا كبرت في إنجلترا. أنا كبرت في إنجلترا. You might be asking, why did I not remove the E or the A in the beginning of اتولدت and I removed it in أكبر? Well, when the verb is 5 letters or more, we keep alif in the beginning. We don't get rid of it. If it's 4 or less, we get rid of it. In most cases, yeah, not always. So the word اتولدت, we keep the alif even in the past tense. This is a tiny detail that you should take note of. Okay, now I want to say that I live in Egypt or I live anywhere. The verb is أعيش, yeah, but we don't use this form. We use the other form, which is right now, the right now form. So let me show you how. We say أنا عايش. That is a male speaking. A female speaking, أنا عايشة في مصر. I live in Egypt. Why did I use عايش and عايشة? Because this is the right now form, the current state. You're describing your current state, okay? عايش is to live, like to live your life and stuff like that. Not where you live, you're residing. So that's why it's treated like an adjective. عايش, male. عايشة, female. And group, we say عايشين, right? If you remember from the first course, like رومانسي, رومانسية, رومانسيين. Good. So, أنا عايش or عايشة في مصر. And the fourth verb here is to study. أدرس. And by study, I mean a field. Like you want to tell me that you studied medicine, you studied engineering, you studied business. Not you studying at home at your desk. So the verb is أدرس. So you want to say I studied engineering. I'm speaking about my story, okay? So أنا, take away the alif and then put the T at the end. أنا درست هندسة. I studied engineering. Good. And then to finish, like to finish school or to finish whatever, أخلص. So you want to say I finished university, for example. أنا خلصت. Also take away alif and put the T at the end. أنا خلصت جامعة من سنتين. من سنتين is like 2 years ago. Of course, that's not true. I finished in 2013. And the next one is to graduate. أتخرج. أتخرج. To graduate. So you say it in the past. Now you see أتخرج is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 letters. ألف, ت, خ, ر, ج. أتخرج. So now we're not getting rid of ألف for the past tense. So we say أنا أتخرج. And then we put the T. اتخرجت. Graduated. You can say في and then the year. في 2013. Yeah. 2013 and 13. You can say من جامعة, from University of blah blah blah. Okay. And then أشتغل is to work. We know that verb already. You can say I work in a company. أنا بشتغل في شركة, for example, or أنا بشتغل مهندس, engineer. And then to travel, أنا بسافر كتير. I travel a lot. And then أتجوز, to get married. Also 5 letters. So in the past, it's not going to change. It will keep alif. So أنا, I got married. أنا اتجوزت من, let's say 5 سنين, 5 years ago. اتجوزت من 5 سنين. Okay, so we can clear this and move on. So you can see here we have more details with introducing ourselves. And the word أخلف is to give birth. So men and women can use this word, by the way. I know it's kind of a surprise for a man to say I gave birth, but he means like I had kids, yeah? So أخلف, 4 letters, we get rid of alif, and you say أنا خلفت, Let's write that also. أنا خلفت. You can say اتنين. 2. I have 2 kids. خلفت اتنين. Good. Now we're moving on to the nouns that you can use also, very important ones. So, city, when you want to say I live, you can say أنا عايش في مدينة القاهرة, for example, Cairo city, or any city. أنا عايش or عايشة for female في مدينة الرحاب, for example. That's a city in Egypt, in Cairo. So what happened here? The word is Medina, but I said Medinit. So let's explain this quickly together. So when you have the word, when you have a feminine word by itself, Medina, like that. And where'd it go? Medina. And you have this word and it's by itself. And you want to say city of something. So you want to say it together with something, okay? It becomes part of something else. In that case, we pronounce ta marbuta as t. So I don't say Medina Rihab. No, I say Medinit Rihab. So the city of, like when I say another word, let's say Kubbaya. Kubbaya means cup. And I want to say a cup of water. Now I have to say Kubbayit Maya, not just Kubbaya Maya. No, Kubbayit Maya. So this happens with feminine words because in masculine words, we don't have ta marbuta. So with masculine words, nothing happens. You just say the word as it is. But kubbaya becomes kubbayit, maya. Gazma, shoes, becomes gazmit, mimo, shoes, and so on. So going back here, we said madinat الرحاب. And school is madrasa. And university, jam'a. And then work, noun itself, is shughl. And hospital, mustashfa. And then apartment, shaqqa. Army, جيش. Boy, walad. Girl, bint. So you can say أنا خلفت ولد. I gave birth to a boy. أنا خلفت بنت. And so on. The word walad and bint can also mean son and daughter. Good. Now let's see some samples, some examples. Yeah, samples and examples. We have them here in both Arabic and English. And it's only one sample. Yeah, that's enough, right? Okay, so let's do that here and see. So I will look at the Arabic and you can look at the English if you can't. And let's see what happens exactly. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Yeah. طيب. Assalamu alaikum. The greeting that we always say. أنا اسمي محمود. My name is Mahmoud. أنا عندي 29 سنة. I am or I have 29 years. Like we learned from before, nothing new so far. أنا اتولدت في مصر. I was born in Egypt. وكبرت في إنجلترا. And I grew up in England. Okay. So you can see right away that I'm adding extra details. Before, I just said my name and age and work and country, and that was it. أنا دخلت المدرسة في إنجلترا. أنا دخلت. دخلت means entered. Okay, I entered. المدرسة. I entered the school في إنجلترا, in England. وعشت هناك حوالي 13 سنة. عشت means I lived, from the verb أعيش. عشت هناك. I lived there. حوالي is about, approximately. 13 سنة. 13 year. We use the singular. Why? Because it's more than 10. Remember when we count, If it's more than 10, we go back to the singular. بعد كده لما رجعت مصر دخلت الجامعة البريطانية. بعد كده after that لما رجعت مصر, when I returned to Egypt. We don't say لمصر, we just say مصر. Returned Egypt. دخلت الجامعة. I entered, again the same word, الجامعة, the university, البريطانية. So the British university. ودرست هندسة. And I studied engineering. أنا اتخرجت في, I graduated in, اتخرجت في 2013, in 2013. So 2000 means 2000 و13 and 13. وبعد كده and after that دخلت الجيش لمدة سنة. دخلت means I entered. الجيش is the army. لمدة سنة. ل is for and مدة is a period. A period of a year. So مدة by itself. But period of a year, مدة سنة. So here, the pronunciation of the ta marbuta, like I said just 5 minutes ago. بعد الجيش, after the army, أنا اشتغلت, I worked, اشتغلت مدرس إنجليزي, an English teacher. وبعد السنة, and after a year, قررت, I decided, أسافر, to travel الصين, to China. I decided to travel to China. علشان أشتغل هناك. What is the word علشان here? Does it mean because? No, it means in order to. I decided to travel to China in order to work, أشتغل, there, هناك. So how can I know علشان means in order to? From context, or if it's followed by a verb like that. In order to work, the second verb, not the first, yeah? Okay. لما كنت في الصين, when I was in China, لما كنت في الصين, أنا اتجوزت, I got married. وبعد كده, and after that, أنا خلفت, I gave birth, meaning I had a child. ودلوقتي أنا عندي بنت, and now I have a girl or daughter. The word بنت can mean both, from context. دلوقتي, now, أنا عايش في مدينة القاهرة. Now I live in Cairo City. في شقة, in an apartment. مع مراتي وبنتي, with my wife and daughter. وانت, and you, now I'm asking you. ممكن تكلمني عن نفسك شوية? ممكن means can or could. تكلم, to speak. تكلمني, to tell me or to speak to me. عن نفسك, about yourself. شوية, a little bit. ممكن تكلمني عن نفسك شوية. So now what you need to do for homework is to make your own detailed introduction, just like this one, but of course add your own information. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the first lesson and it wasn't too difficult or too fast. And what I want you to do is make your own introduction and send it into the WhatsApp group. And if you can, send it in audio. Okay, so I could listen to it and maybe give you some feedback. Okay, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the first lesson and I will see you in the next one.